Hello everybody, and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin, and we are on episode 49 of The Last of Us Part 2. Fires are raging. Let's proceed.
Right there! The docks!
We've been trudging through this Seraphite's village for a while. Obviously we have Isaac, has led the charge with the WLF to take it over and everything, to put an end to it, but we're right in the middle of it, so... Hi, Pulpit Pig, how's it going?
Don't leave any of these freaks alive!
Wipe them out!
It's Abby!
Oh,
Harry!
Clear out these houses!
just gotta get through this part. Oop. Relearn my controls.
Put those freaks down! Get those motherfuckers!
Pretty much a free-for-all at this point.
What's that
May you all burn in hell!
Wow.
Emily!
Take him down!
She will save us, Raider!
um... This part's intense. Okay, there we go. I love how they put watermelons here, because... it's a perfect fruit to put out in the middle of a firefight. People are still craving a Nintendo Switch too. I mean, craving it, it's leaked. The whole thing's pretty much leaked, right? I heard Nintendo's very, very upset about that. I don't know why Nintendo's taking so long to announce it. Like, they might as well just get ahead of it. But they're very strict over there at Nintendo. They probably want to stick to the plan.
The docks are just over this hill! Lily!
You brought the wolves to us!
Which way am I going?
Your life ends here!
Ooh! That guy wasn't expecting that. And neither was I. Oh god.
To your left! No! No!
I'd say just announce it already. Yeah, that's what I think.
Take out the king of the boat!
Where is this person? Oh.
Come on, Abby.
Let's keep it moving.
Can't get through. Up here. Go.
That's not gonna
Gotta
work.
get out of here fast. Come on. Come on. The supports are down. Keep going. The roof's gonna come down.
Oh, I can jump.
Ah!
Why does this feel like a boss arena?
Ah! Abby! I'm okay.
I did. I want to talk about it, but I want to get past this part first. Oh shit.
Stupid to come back here.
Fuck you.
You're a damn disgrace.
The music is like so overbearing in this part, so I can't like hear myself even talk. Oh my god. The last time I had a boss like this, it was really bad. Damn it. I don't know how to dodge. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Come on. I think X is to dodge? Okay. Damn it. Come on. Yikes. This guy is out for blood. Let's try again. Damn it. I hope so. I mean, we're in the latter half. Probably 75% of the way. Come on, give up, guy. Oh no. Come on, I'm dodging. I'm just like, I don't understand. The game doesn't tell you what to do. And don't give me any hints that would help me. Using a health kit takes time. Oh, thanks. That doesn't help me in this situation. The game really never really trained you, like, how to dodge and stuff. I'm thinking it's X. But I pressed it and it's not working, so that's not working. Yeah, but that's not what I'm... I mean, I would like some help on the controls. Maybe if I just press pause, if I really wanted to, and I can see what the controls are. See, that's all in game, but I never looked up a guide on how to beat the guy. That's not like I know I'm supposed to dodge him. I know what I'm supposed to do. I just don't know what I'm supposed to press. And these aren't controls. These are just well. Oh, I can view the controls. Okay, let's look. Jump, climb, crouch, prone, weapon, reload, dodge is L1. Okay, that's what I was doing wrong. Okay, let's try it. There we go. Damn it. I just gotta learn his kind of his moveset, because I dodged once, but then he was ready to go at me again. Come on. I gotta learn his animations. Imagine playing permadeath and just like not understanding, like you just die from this guy because you didn't understand what to do. This really is a trial and error type fight. Go. There we go. This guy is so like... Oh. Like that wasn't like infected. That was just a really pissed off guy that really just wanted to kill me.
Okay? Yeah. Let's find out.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Lev. Let's get out of the rain. Yeah.
It's really interesting this duo between like Abby and Lev. It's interesting to see Abby kind of taking the Joel role, being kind of like the caretaker, and starting to sympathize with her partner the way Joel did with Ellie. Like Ellie, like Joel, like had to grow in order to learn to love Ellie. I feel like Abby is obviously has a lot of empathy and for what Lev just went through. He lost their mom and their sister. Abby sees that Abby's just definitely taking Lev in. It's interesting to see what love can do, how it can bring people together, and yet it's the same thing that can tear people apart. Like, it's just like, again, it's this game really is good at like exploring both sides of the coin of the themes of love and hate. And you know, Joel did something very terrible to Abby's father, but it was out of the same, you know, just to rescue, like, it's just endless violence. I mean, like, I know that's like I'm beating a dead horse by saying, but I really do, and I am starting to appreciate more the dynamics of this game and what it's doing more, in terms of how it's like showing how gray area everything is, how not black and white everything is. Yeah, that's what I'll say on that for now. Yeah, so I've been playing Jack X Combat Racing. I am having a blast with this game. You know, when I got this game, it's the one Naughty Dog game, console game, out of the 15 that I've played on console that I've never played. And a lot of the reason for my backlog of choosing this game was just so I can cross off that notch of like, okay, now I have played all the Naughty Dog games. I was not expecting to be won over by this game so much. I am, because I was afraid it was going to have a bit of datedness, maybe, or like, you know, like, I remember when I was playing like Ratchet 2, there's a section where you actually have to race in like a vehicle, and you actually have to win the race in order to progress. Like, it's not a side mission or anything. It's like part of the main line game, and if you don't beat the race, which is like a really intense race and can be kind of difficult, then you were stuck. And I remember that being like that, and I remember in Sly Cooper, I forget which Sly Cooper it was, I think it was the first one, had like a racing thing where you had to like drive Murray's car, van or whatever, and you had to race. And it was such a like, oh my god, I hope I can get through this. Like this, you know, like I appreciate what's happening here, but this is like, you know, I just want to get through that game kind of thing. Like, so I was like, how is Jak X? Because I understand Jak 3 introduced like the more deserty, buggy type vehicles more. Obviously, Jak 2 had like, you know, the hovercrafts and everything. I was afraid that Jak X Combat Racing was gonna be kind of like, oh, here's that vehicle section that was in the original games. Now you're gonna be playing it for the whole game, and isn't that gonna be fun? Not the case. In the same way, like you would be almost afraid of Crash Team, the idea of Crash Team Racing after playing the motorcycle levels in Crash Warped. Like I'm okay, like I like the motorcycle levels, but if you made a whole game of it, it would be kind of a little bit overwhelming to me. to have to play with those really, really rough, how rough the steering is, and like how you have to be like pinpoint accurate with your turns and stuff. I would be afraid of the idea of Crash Team Racing. Jak X Combat Racing is what Crash Team Racing is in terms of, oh, you know, the original trilogy tried to do some vehicle levels, and now here's the vehicle game where they kind of nailed it. That's what Jak X is to me. Honestly, I could see a lot of Crash Team Racing's DNA in Jak X, even though it's not so much taking after Mario Kart as it is taking after Burnout. But I can see the DNA of what like Naughty Dog taking what they learned from Crash Team Racing and then expanding the ideas of what another type of racer could be. I like how they have like the weapon pickups, but there's also like the turbo pickups. There's the items that you drop behind you type pickups that you can get, where you can actually choose to pick it up, like, you know, rather than it being a random generator after you get the box or whatever. There is a random generator with like the missiles or whatever weapons you're going to shoot forward, but I like how you can choose whether you want an item that's going to be good to protect you from behind, or versus one that could help you get ahead of the pack, you know, with like a missile or like grenades or whatever. It's really fun. The adventure mode is it has a lot of variety. It's not just like, say, with Crash Team Racing, you got to get your trophies, you got to do your relic races, and you got to get your TTR tokens or whatever. Like, they mix it up. Like, it's not always going to be like a regular come in first type of race. It could be a deathmatch race where you have to get as many kills as you can before the race is over. It could be a turbo race where you have to like utilize your turbo, and then you get points based on that. It could be an arena deathmatch similar to like Crash Team Racing's battle mode. That's all like incorporated into the adventure mode, and it's fun because like you can get like bronze, silver, or gold on each of these missions, and it's really fun. Like, basically so far, like, I'm still in like I think there's 4 cups, and I'm still in the red Eco Cup, which is like the first one. And I've been having fun just trying to get the gold medals in everything I do. I love the replayability. I love how you can tune the performance of your car based on how whatever like experience points you gain, or like whatever skill points you've gained from your last race. I love the customization of the cars. I love unlocking different tracks. Like, it's always like if I knew that, if I was a Jak fan back 20 years ago when this game came out, I would have been all over this game. Like, this game would have been a game I would have been playing for the last 20 years. I love the event. Like, I mean, I remember you saying that you played a little bit of it. You never beat it, but like you played it for like a good bit. So far, I've been playing the adventure mode. I love the story of it. It's similar to, it reminds me of like Crash Team Racing's premise of Nitrous Oxide wants to, you know, he's challenging everybody on Earth to a race, and if not, he's going to turn the entire planet into a concrete parking lot. Jak and Daxter has a different story, but it has a very twisted premise as to why they're racing, which is, again, you could see Naughty Dog, especially in the Jason Rubin era, Jason Rubin, Andy Gavin era of Naughty Dog, that kind of twistedness that Naughty Dog used to. Well, you know, Naughty Dog still has that edginess, obviously, but you could see a lot of that tone in this game. I forgot how dark Jak and Daxter is as a series. Like, even though, like, it's obviously it's not E for everyone, it's T for teen, but it really does have like a dark undertone to the game. Obviously, like, Daxter is like the comic relief and everything, but the characters are very serious. And there is like a comic relief too with like the race host and some of the other characters that come into it, but I forgot just how like jaded Jack is as a character. He's almost like more like just as jaded as Joel, in my opinion, which is kind of weird, you know, because then you go from Jack to Nathan Drake, who's more like happy-go-lucky, wants to explore, you know, collect treasure, you know, and have funny quips or whatever. But Jack is just very, very straight-laced and no nonsense and soft-spoken, but like he's like has like a badassness to him that I really like. But I'm really very much enjoying it. Like I want to play it as soon as I'm done here. As soon as we're done with this this episode. But it's fun. It really takes me back to. It really reminds me of the time when video games were simpler. It wasn't this big, like more of a focus on the game play rather than story. Even though there's story, you know, like I liked it that it's just like this arcade combat racer that is just very well made, and Naughty Dog, you can tell Naughty Dog put a lot of work into it. Like there's a lot of depth to the game that, you know, just like Crash Team Racing, they didn't need to go this hard with it. You know, I saw your tweet I think it was today, saying like there should be a Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel like remake or something. I would love a Jak X Combat Racing remake at this point. Like I would love to see. And I'm collecting trophies too, which is fun. I like that they incorporated trophies for the PS4 port. I'm just very satisfied with my purchase. I'm glad, you know, say what you will about Limited Run, but I think they did a good job with this. And I'm looking forward to see what the multiplayer is like, because I think I was telling my sister about it. I think she's interested in playing. Oh, that was a joke tweet, but when I saw that, I was like, I was just like, it just reminded me of my own thought the other day, where I was just like, imagine if they remade Jak X like that, or like, you know, expanded on it, like made a sequel or something. Like that would be fun, as like an interstitial game for Naughty Dog. Okay, where are we? Okay, so before we continue, we have one what's it called? Game left in our list for top 10 90s Desert Island PS1 games. Just so I can rattle it off. And I don't know, like, we'll see if we get to the 2000s or not. Maybe we do it, but I don't know. What do you think? Should we let this episode breathe a bit, so I can progress a bit and not talk too much, or should we just like, or you know, do you mind? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But just for now, to rattle off what we have so far, my top 10 or my top 9 rather. Number 10 is Twisted Metal 3. Number 9, Mega Man Legends. Number 8, Frogger. Number 7, Pokemon Yellow. Number 6, Metal Gear Solid. Number 5, Super Smash Bros. 64. Number 4, Crash Bandicoot Warped. Number 3, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Number 2, Crash Team Racing. And I'll reveal my number 1, but let me just say yours. Yeah, we can continue the 2000s. That's fine. But we'll see how many we get through. Your number 10 is Super Mario 64. Number 9, Tekken 3. Number 8, Super Smash Bros. 64. Number 7, Donkey Kong Country 64. I think this is 64 at the end of that, right? Number 6, Einhander. Number 5, Super Mario World. Number 4 is Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. Number 3 is Banjo-Kazooie. Number 2 is Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. So I'm just gonna get this out of the way. My number 1 is one we already talked about last. Oh, Donkey Kong Country SNES. Okay. I'll edit that when I going forward. But I'll just say what we already talked about last time. My number 1, which is your number 4, is I chose Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. I think that, like, as much as I loved Spyro 1 for being as atmospheric and ethereal as it is, the jump from that game to the second game um it was a lot of fun for me and very exciting. It was exciting that there's characters that you're talking with more, you're interacting with more. It's just they're giving you more to do rather than gem collecting. You're doing the orb missions, you're doing the talismans. There's a lot to do. I love gaining the new abilities. I love getting that extra super ability towards the end that becomes permanent if you do a new game plus for yourself. There's a lot in that game that I just love so much. I actually made on a forum. I made like a top 100 list of video games, and I listed Spyro 1 as my number one. But it's like so interchangeable to me. But I do think Spyro, in general, as an IP, was my favorite franchise for the PS1, without a doubt. As much as I love Crash, as much as I love Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or whatever, I think Spyro was like the first game where I was like, wow, this is what video games can do. More than just what video games I already love. You know what I mean? Those games will always just have a special place in my heart. So yeah, that we talked a lot about Spyro 2 last time, but that's kind of just my little add-on. What would you say is your number one for the 90s?
What the hell?
Is that...
Stay behind me.
Wow, I'm sorry to mellow out on your number one. Yeah, CTR is amazing, but imagine walking in on the dog that you've been like so friendly with throughout the game and it's dead. Oh my god. And what are we walking into? Obviously we know what we're walking into, but what is Abby walking into here? Honestly, you did all the talking for me. I don't know what else to add. Okay. Yeah, Crash Team Racing. One of the first between that and like say, yeah, I mean, Crash Team Racing was my what's in here? Crash Team Racing was just the game. Honestly, it was the Crash Team Racing was the first multiplayer game that everybody I knew, that I was friends with, everyone I knew that came across it was addicted, and people would come over each other's houses to play this game. You get the multi-tap going. It was the first real banger multiplayer game. Like you said, banger game, great soundtrack, awesome tracks. Your first game. Okay, wow. Yeah, Crash Team Racing, and honestly, what I really miss, because multiplayer really takes off in the PS2 era and the 2000s, but there was a period where Crash Team Racing was the game to play multiplayer, and it wasn't just the racing, but I remember playing 4-player battle mode a lot with friends. Like that was like a normal thing. It doesn't seem like it's as prevalent today. I was glad that they introduced it. They kept it for the Nitro Fueled remake, and that it was online and that you can but it's just sad that like not a lot of people were playing that mode online, because compared to what it was when it first came out, when that mode was offered, because they didn't need to include it at all. Could have easily just been the racing, but that game, including the battle, the battle mode, like actually offered a very niche outlet for a lot of players to get obsessed with. Because it was during Twisted Metal, It felt like it was like, oh, this is the Twisted Metal for Crash Bandicoot. I know Mario Kart had a battle mode too. I forget whether the original one did or 64. But I know they eventually had battle mode or did have battle mode. But that too, like when Crash Team Racing came out, obviously it was being compared to Mario Kart 64, but it really was like trouncing it a lot. It had its own adventure mode. Yes, Diddy Kong Racing had an adventure mode too, so that was good for that in terms of comparing. But Crash Team Racing just had this like, it was just like on another level for me. Like, even my sister would agree. Like a lot of people always think of Mario Kart as the kart racer, you know. But we grew up in the Crash Team Racing household, and it's just weird sometimes. Like even my sister will say, like, you know, like her friends will want to play Mario Kart or something, like, you know, or something, and then it's like she's just like the one person in the corner who's just like, I wish we could be playing Crash CTR. But yeah, that's CTR. I played a bit of the battle mode. That's number one. That literally sounds like my family. But yeah, that's great number one. That's a great list I think we have for both of us. If I'm playing with friends, I play Mario Kart. If I play myself, CTR. The thing is with CTR is it's fun to play, but it's a little hard to master. And once you've mastered it, it's hard to play with other players. Like Mario Kart's a great game to just like anyone can pick up and play. Really, like everybody can kind of understand it. Like there's not so much emphasis on drifting and power boosting. So there's a little steep level of entry in order to get everyone on the same page. Do I want to go this way or this way? I don't know. Let's see. This way seems to have more light. Not sure. No, let me try this door over here. But yeah, that was a good list for the 2000s. What am I walking into over here? Oh god. Okay, this is where they've been sleeping. Yikes. You can tell nobody's been in here for a good minute. Yeah, good list. What's this? I guess I'll go into my my number. So this is the top 10 desert islands for 2000s now. Again, I'll be trying to follow my same criteria of trying to stick to one game per franchise. You don't have to do the same. It's just what I'm going to try to do. Before I go into this door, let me just... You know what? Let's go through the door first, and then we'll talk about it.
What do we do when we find him?
Just figure out how to get in first.
Okay, so this is gonna be a big moment. So let's not go yet. Let me get my number 10 out of the way. My number 10 for the 2000s is SOCOM 2 U.S. Navy SEALs. These games were a novelty when they first came out. They still hold up. You could still play the single player today. The online, it was the first time I ever saw that you can have people on your TV that were controlling other you're fighting the enemies and you have people on your team and they're on the TV. I don't think people nowadays online is such an afterthought. I don't think people realize how incredible it was when 2002 or 2000 to 2002, that period where you are playing against other people and you're on the mic with them. Like for the longest time, you'd be watching the news or you watch TV and like you might yell at the TV screen if something happens, but you're yelling at the TV screen. For once, you could be like having a conversation with someone in another country, and you're playing this game. You're playing like basically like a military shooter. It's like it was insane. The game was so. The game put so much thought into the voice chat that when you played the single player, if you're wearing the mic, you can do voice commands to your team and they will listen. It was so the technology was so ahead of its time. Most SOCOM games came with the headset. It was like a peripheral that was like required, where you can literally do voice commands and the game was picking up on it. It was nowadays we have voice commands with a lot of stuff. You think of like Alexa or like an Amazon Echo or something, where you can AI where you're talking to people. Like you were able to talk to not just other players from around the world, real people, but you were able to talk to the computer, the AI NPCs. That was a huge novelty. The game was a great balanced mix of arcade and simulation, like a simulated third-person shooter. You were able to peek behind walls, you were able to prone, crouch, you were able to have your night vision, you have your weapon loadouts. Like everything was so. This is before Call of Duty ever existed, and it's a shame that Call of Duty kind of became a monopoly. It monopolized the genre of first-person shooters or any shooters to the point where a game like SOCOM can't exist anymore. Because as long as each Call of Duty keeps making money with the same type entry every year, pretty much, then you're never going to see any innovation in the genre. Call of Duty does innovate within itself, but there was a time when shooters were unique from each other, and they had a place in the zeitgeist or in the market with each other. They competed with each other, but it was like a thriving ecosystem of all these different shooters. And SOCOM was just very special at the time for me. So you had that PS2 network adapter. Yes, when I had my original fat PS2, they gave you the network adapter. You screw it in. I remember thinking this was like the wildest thing ever. Obviously, then I got I got the slim PS2, and that has the Ethernet just connects straight to the thing. But the network adapter was it was always there. Xbox didn't have a network adapter. It was already built in that you can just plug in your Ethernet, and you're ready to go. So PS2 was kind of even though PS2 sold, is one of is the best-selling console of all time. PS2, like, with all the features it had, there was a lot of, like, you know, you still had to use peripherals. You know, you didn't have 4 controller ports. You had to use the multi-tap still for the for a PS2. If you wanted the online, you needed the network adapter. It was interesting like that. But, you know, if you had it, then you were set. You were ready to go. It was fun, too, because you had to compete with, like, I had to compete with, like, my parents using the computer. Because I remember we used, like, broadband, what was it? I forgot what, like, the internet connection was. It wasn't dial-up, but it was, like, broadband or something. And, like, if someone was on the computer, then it would make your game laggy. So you basically, like, had to have your, like, game time without anybody interfering, basically. But even... This is how special SOCOM was, though. I remember my parents and, like, adults, like, I remember my uncles would gather around the TV and watch me play this game, and they were amazed by it. Nowadays, it was before, like, video games really took off as this, like, because I know, like, video games has that stigma of, like, oh, why don't you kids go play outside or whatever. But when the network adapter was introduced and I was playing games online, and I was playing a game like SOCOM 2 or whatever, or SOCOM, even parents stopped what they were doing to watch what you were doing. And they were amazed by what was happening. Nowadays, some kid playing Call of Duty, parents really don't care about it. Like, for them, they just think it's a nonsense game where you're just yelling at, cursing each other out on the mic or whatever. But there used to be kind of a little bit of a sophistication behind playing online with other people, where people really weren't cursing each other out too much. It was almost like a paradise where everybody on there was like, oh wow, we actually, like, everybody who's playing right now actually managed to get their network set up correctly in order to get this to work. How cool is this? Let's not ruin it by being assholes to each other. Let's actually, there was a camaraderie that I really enjoyed. Nowadays, yeah, exactly. Call of Duty lobbies, it's like, it's become like the Twitter of online gaming, where everyone's just like, a monster to each other. But yeah, that's my number 10, SOCOM 2. I could have chose SOCOM 1. I think I enjoyed SOCOM 1's campaign a little bit more, but SOCOM 2 expanded. You were able to have more weapons. Like, they expanded with the weapons. They expanded with just the... I guess what's it called? The quality of life features and stuff, and there was just a nice improvement. Better graphics, a little bit smoother than the first game. But what I also like about SOCOM 2 is that they carried over all the multiplayer maps from the first game to the second game, plus they added another huge batch of maps that were exclusive for SOCOM 2, which is like, that was so cool at the time. Like, imagine if Call of Duty carried over every map that they've ever created to the next game and to the next game. That's what I always thought the SOCOM was going to do if it kept going. But
Still with me, love?
But yeah, that's my number 10.
Yes.
How about you? I'm going to go into this cutscene as you mention it, and then I'll reflect on it as I don't think I can get in this way, though.
Keep looking.
I might have to go... I can't go through there. Your number 10 is Mario Kart DS. Okay. I never had a DS, but I always admired the idea of it. The way it was like the dual screen. Well, obviously that's what a DS is, dual screen. I never played any of the Mario Kart games on a handheld. What was like unique about it on the DS versus say like Mario Kart 64 or whatever? And how did they utilize the dual screen? Like, how did they make it so the game kind of like
Grab that ladder.
warranted being on the DS? Dude, this game was the bomb back in the day. Was it online? I'm guessing or did you have to like link up via like a link cable in order to play multiplayer. I think DS was on an online handheld, right? DS is indeed online. Okay, yeah, yeah, that's right. Okay. Was it basically Mario Kart 64 though, or like how did they use the two screens?
All right. Stay quiet now.
Nintendo's very good at like taking advantage of the perks they've set up for their console. I feel. You know, this isn't on any of my lists or whatever, but I remember playing like Kirby Tilt and Tumble on Game Boy Color, and like the gimmick of it was that you were literally like, you know, tilting the Game Boy in order to get Kirby to roll in certain directions and stuff. So I feel like if Mario Kart was on a DS, they would do something with the screens. Like basically on the DS, there's a feature called Download Play where you can share the game with other DSs and play multiplayer. Ah, okay. So, were you seeing other people's screens basically on the second screen, or how did that work? Basically, on the download, there's a feature called Download on the DS. There's a download where you share the game with other DSs. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's how the online worked. Gotcha.
Careful. Stay close.
It's like a share play. Okay. That's interesting. It's not online though, it's local. Okay, yeah. So it's like LAN, like LAN, right? Like LAN play, LAN online or whatever. Local. I forgot what the acronym is, but did it have everybody from the original Mario Kart 64 or the original Mario Kart, or did they like have like any characters that were kind of exclusive to that version? Okay, I think I'm going down.
See this, you son of a bitch. She's gonna love it.
Hands up. Back away from your shit. I said back up!
You're making a big mistake.
Don't fucking turn around. Love, keep your bow on him. Get on the ground.
You gonna kill me like a coward?
You fucking people. Jesse, stand up! Hands in the air, I shoot this one too.
Don't you do it, Ellie. Get out of here.
Stand up! Now!
Don't you fucking dare!
Shut the fuck up! All right? Stop! Stop! Toss your weapon. Toss your weapon!
No.
I know why you killed Joel. He did what he did to save me. There is no cure because of me. I am the one that you want. Just let him go. You killed my friends. We let you both live. And you wasted it. Wait! Get off of her! Stop me! Come on.
stay here. Watch the exits, don't let her leave.
Ooh. Waluigi, that's interesting. Yeah, I feel like Waluigi is very overlooked, a very obscure, almost like a fake Crash type character.
Don't you fucking run!
Even more so than like, than Wario. When we would go on bus trips back in the day, everyone had a DS, and I would use Download Play to share the game. Oh, see, I like that. In my day, everyone had a Game Boy Color. Like, everyone kind of phased out of it after the Game Boy Color. My generation, or the people I was friends with, at least. But we would like do link cables. We would like trade Pokemon and stuff, and that was the extent of our like, you know, interactive play with each other, I guess. Or we would also do battles, like we would battle each other with the link cable. But if we had like the Download Play, like you're saying, where it's wireless and it's kind of more accessible to just play with your friends without having to have the cable, that would have been awesome. Oh boy.
You shouldn't have come here.
This is intense. From Abby's perspective, this is insane. I'll read your thing in a second, because this is like, wow. I guess I have to get the jump on her. Oh, okay, so I don't have to get the jump. Well, I kind of didn't really have the jump on her there. So you said on the top screen it's game itself. On the bottom screen it's the map of the track. Oh, that would be cool. When I'm playing Jack X, the map is like in the top left, and since I'm new to the tracks and I don't really know the turns or whatever, I'm kind of like, oh, I wish I had the map. I wish I was able to look at the map and kind of drive at the same. I feel like the two screens would help in that situation where it's like your attention is very, it's in the general area of both those screens. Whereas when you play on the TV, the big TV, it's like it's hard to see like the little track in the corner or whatever. But yeah, that's your number 10. Okay. We're running late, so I think this has been a very story heavy, cutscene heavy episode. So I want to try to just get through the Ellie part. I don't think I can really talk. I won't be able to give my next one justice if I'm trying to play and talk over this. So. So let's just try to see what we got here. This is scary. I'm trying to get to the person that I've been playing with for the entire game. Two games. Ellie is a boss. Like, this is a crazy moment. I should probably use my listen mode.
Come out.
Also, shouldn't I try to find a weapon? Or is that asking too much of me? Oh, is this too much? Is this too much? Oh! Wow. Oh, whoa. I didn't know I was playing. I thought I was in the cutscene still. Please tell me I got the like a checkpoint there. Okay, there we go. I guess I have to like run away as soon as possible. Okay, there we go. Ooh, don't let that chain go off. That would be bad. Damn it! I thought I could... Yo! Yikes. Okay, let me try again. The bottle hit like the wall when I could have easily got the jump on her with that. Yeah, well, I love it when the main characters are bosses. This is cool. Okay. Don't want to follow her through that. Just need an opening here. I think it's square to throw. Come on, where are you going? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? She's hiding. I mean, it wasn't so... It feels like yesterday we were hiding from David as Ellie, and now we're doing...
Stop this!
Now Ellie's... Not to say Ellie's David, but she's in that role, like... I screwed up that bottle. Oh, I'm gonna have to dodge her again. Woo! This is intense. It's crazy how it's like you came like strangling Ellie like that. Where she easily could have been one of the hundreds of players we've killed throughout this game. Okay. What's my play here? Oh, I just gave myself away. I heard another chain go off. There she is.
What the hell is she doing?
Yeah, but is it plot armor? I mean, yeah, they can't... But I think they're doing... Like, for me, plot armor is when it's not executed right. When a character still lives because... because of the greater reason of them having to live. Like, Ellie doesn't have... Like, this can easily be the end of her story. Or Abby's. As long as it's executed right, where it's not cheating the audience, I think I'm fine with... Oh god.
Fucking kidding me.
Like, I find it an acceptable story thing if, okay, I got a bottle. Where the fuck is she? Okay. She's definitely getting the jump on me. I'm literally not on the edge of my seat. I'm falling off my seat. I just had to scoot back. Okay. Oh, she put a bomb there. I see. Okay. Woo! Oh man! Wow, that was something. Okay, let's try that again. I guess Ellie does win. You know think of it. If there was a permadeath, Ellie wins the game. She doesn't have to deal with any more trauma beyond what she already will go through. Okay, let's see. This part is very tense. Okay, she's getting closer to me. That's good. I have the bottle at least. They gave me the bottle.
Fucking kidding me.
No! I wonder if I could have dodged that. I pressed L1, but I'm not sure. Use the environment to sneak up on Ellie. I have to be careful of what I like hide behind because it makes noise. What do you think? Can I bank on going through this thing? No! No! I think I can do this. Let's try it. They seem to keep giving me checkpoints where, like little checkpoints to where I was. She sees me.
What the hell is she doing? Come on.
Yeah.
Fucking kidding me.
Yeah, shit. Alright, let's see what I can do. There we go.
Stop! She had nothing to do with this. She's pregnant. Good. Abby.
Don't ever let me see you again. Come on.
Joel's watch.
Hey, buddy. What's wrong? I got you. Yeah, it's okay. We're good.
Wow. What a brutal, just blender of violence we've just been through, of just and heartache and trauma and stuff going forward. Like Abby losing Owen, Mel, the dog. Obviously, she lot of her people. You know, it's all over. It's all destroyed. But Owen was very important to her. Um, you know, Owen goes back all the way to her father. You know, like he was around. He was, you know, very much involved in her life. Owen just wanted to get out of it. Owen didn't want anything to really do with any of this. Really, like he just wanted to get out of here, go to Santa Barbara. You know, he didn't want to deal with the WLF, the surf. Like it was just too much. Uh, and then for Abby to come back and to, you know, she didn't kill any. Well, we don't know. Like we don't know what, you know. We see all these people get brutally massacred. We don't know the extent of it. We're in some sort of flash forward here. But to see Dina get um, you know, brutalized like that, you know, and Abby did the right, you know, like when Lev said Abby, like, you know, like it makes you think, like it's not like things aren't black and white. You know, in the moment you are who you are, and it doesn't matter. You like obviously, yeah, Ellie killed a pregnant person, and but it's like what is Abby gonna get out of killing another pregnant person, like eye for an eye type thing? Like it's silly. It's so and it's only it doesn't solve anything. Um, for Abby to let Ellie go twice now, that is big. I think, you know, despite what Abby's been through and what she's done to Ellie and it's just very interesting. Honestly, you're saying the next Last of Us should be different characters but the same universe. I don't know about that. I think. I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself because I am trying to play this game with. Let's not try to think too much ahead because I am trying to. Even though me and you both know where this is going, I do want to try to make this playthrough kind of a friendly to those. Even though why would you be watching a commentary of me playing a game that you haven't played and experienced yourself? But for maybe those who, you know, who just wanna, I just want to try to comment on the story as it unfolds rather than thinking too far ahead. So, but that's an interesting conversation for another time, I think. But in my opinion, in a general way, I do want to. I don't know if I want to see it with different characters for the sake of different characters just to shake it up. I want to see some sense of like a continuity and some sense of like, you know, a third chapter trying um exploring something that's new but with whatever characters we have left to follow. You know what I mean? I think they're building something here that's very important. And I can see there being something like a level of catharsis in a third game that comes back to, you know, obviously we can have new characters, um, I think there's something special in a third game that I actually have. I would love to talk further on, but I just don't want to get too far ahead of myself yet. But I'll put a pin in that in that opinion that you have there, because there is something that that there is something to talk about with that. Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. But yes, now we're here. We'll get into this next episode. We're on this ranch right now, and there's a baby. Is this Dina's kid that she had with Jesse? Asian kid? Possible. We'll get into it next time. I'd say we're pretty far into this game right now. We're in the not the final stretch, but we're in the stretch. We're in some sort of a stretch that will play into the final. I'd say we're getting there. We're back to Ellie. We've gone through 3 days of Abby. We've gone through 3 days of Ellie, and now we're at Ellie again. This is interesting. So we'll continue this next time. I'm sorry that we didn't get through too much. There was a lot of story stuff, so we'll get into more of our list next time. But to recap, my 2000 number 10 is SOCOM 2, and your 2000 number 10 is Mario Kart DS. And then we will, and our number one. So I'll recap our top 10 90s next time too, just for a final time. But let's get this episode's getting a little long-winded, so let's end it here. Peppa Pig, it's been a pleasure. Anyone out there who wants to like, comment, or subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. You can subscribe to Kev Plays 9490 on YouTube, and/or follow me on Twitter at Let's Watch Series. Other than that, stay safe, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming. And I will catch you all next time. Peace.